Hi there, it's Tuesday and I have a really interesting layout for you. I basically had watched Missy Whitten do her adaptation of cutting up a cup in order to spray shimmers. And so I decided to take it a step further and I pulled one of my stencils and I decided I was going to not only spray through the cup, but I was going to spray that design as well. So I think it turned out really cool. I've gotten some great feedback on it, so thank you so much if you liked it. I'm just priming my white background with some clear gesso, and I got a little smudge of blue on there, but I don't mind. And I'm going to dry that pretty thoroughly, and then you'll see me go through stages of using my sprays. And basically, it always drives me nuts when I get overspray, and I don't know, this just seemed to make it very contained. So I thought this was a great idea. And I didn't want it to bleed into the other circles. I wanted each one to be definite. And this color is Autumn Maple Crimson by Lindsay Stamp Gang. And it dries really pretty. It's not so pretty through camera, I guess, through video. And I do suggest, if you do this technique, that you clean the inside of your cup each time, because it has a tendency to get all over the sides and will run down, and it actually makes it an even more cool effect because it'll kind of bleed down into each section. Now this purple is called Passionate Plum by Lindsay Stamp Gang as well, and it is super light. So I didn't mind that it bled a little there. In fact, I'm going to go back and take the same colors and watercolor around the images just to kind of blur the lines and make them more defined. And I use several different colors, and I do suggest that you let them dry pretty thoroughly before. This is a gold color that didn't work out. I think it was cactus gold, but it was too light and you couldn't really see it. It's almost like a greenish gold. So I grabbed my I can't talk. Grab a Guy Gold in Lindsay Stamp Gang and used it. And it came out a little bit darker, but and I apologize for my voice. There's something going on with my allergies, and I'm coughing all night and not sleeping very well, and I'm just exhausted, and work has been a struggle. The color here is called Bells of Ireland Green, in case you're wondering. So, that's a text, I apologize. Just all sorts of noises and disturbances going on here. That is Bab texting me. He is on a trip. I tried to kind of cover that with gesso, those oversprays, and all I have is heavy gesso and clear gesso and black gesso. I don't have regular gesso, so I used the heavy white, and it was just too heavy and obvious, so I had to kind of blend it out with a wipey. So that's what you see me doing here. And you don't really see that after it's all said and done. And I'm taking the various colors, and I thought, well, I'll just sprinkle each one of those colors with its own color, and I'll let them dry. I'll do the crimson as well. So the background did take a while. I even tried to sew on it, and my sewing machine of 25 years or something, 27 years I guess, finally decided that it was not going to work for me. So I decided, I was so frustrated. I tried to get it to go around the circle, and I was going to do each one of the lines and kind of make it a messy technique to sew those circles. And I got one, well, actually I got two done, one of the top and one kind of at the bottom, but my machine just wasn't having it. So, Bab to the rescue. He ended up spending about, I don't know, a good 2 hours working on it the other day until he had it all taken apart, and it's like, I don't know, it's so cleaned out. There was so much lint and dust and dirt and thread, and the parts were not moving fluidly, and the gears were gunked up with dirt and dust over the years, and so finally it just had enough. It was making a horrible noise. But he fixed it. It's perfect. We kind of, teamed up on it there for a little bit, and he's awesome sauce. He's very much an engineer, so he was able to get in there and figure it all out for me. So now it's like brand new all over again. So I can't wait to get to use it some more. I love sewing on layouts. And that's also the machine that my daughter uses to deconstruct clothes. So she'll go to like the thrift shop and get, $2 items and then cut them apart and make them into something else. But she kind of has her moments where she does that off and on. And here I used my multi-matte medium to get those little thin, those are actually branding strips, the backside that I cut into just a slant. But it's so small, I knew nothing would make it stick down except for something like multi-matte medium. So that's what I used to secure that. And then my acrylic blocks and that stand there is just holding it down while it dries. Let's see. What else did I do? Just taking bits and pieces of my scraps, layering them up. That's a half cut into frame that I don't know where it comes from. I think it's an old Maggie Holmes. And yeah, you'll just see me make some little banners here. Oh, and this past weekend was Valentine's, and Bab and I had a fabulous Valentine's together. I haven't had a Valentine in so long. I felt like a kid. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. He took me someplace I really wanted to go that I had a good experience at before, and then we went for brunch this time, and it was not what I recalled it being. Oh, I thought I'd try and add some more of those, but that didn't work. I scrapped that idea. Scrapped. You get it? I know, I'm tired. Anyway, Valentine's was still wonderful because I was with him, but we had a lovely brunch. And no. Baby. Pardon my daughter's dog barking for absolutely no reason. She's super old, and I think she's going blind, and she's definitely either deaf or super stubborn. I can't decide which. Anyway, yes, we had a lovely Valentine's. I got a lovely card and a very nice gift. So I hope you had a lovely Valentine's too. He said that he's not ever had a Valentine, and so I was super excited to get to share that with him. I thought that was just amazing that I was the lucky girl to get to do that. But I guess you probably want to hear more about the layout. So anyway, those are Dear Lizzie, really old Dear Lizzie stickers. I've kind of been digging into the bottom of my stash and saying, okay, I only have a few of this left. I'm going to use it up. And so that's what I did here with the Heidi Swap stickers as well. And I used the word crushing because I'm always crushing on him. He's such a sweet man in so many ways. And I don't know, it's like so nice to be with somebody that is intelligent and, just lots of fun, super fun. We always have so much fun together. Really on the same page with a lot of things. This is an old Amy Tan Remarks accent phrase stickers. I was trying to figure out how to get that arrow to work, but it didn't. So some of these products you probably haven't seen in a while, but I've pulled some really old papers for these next layouts that I'm about to share as well, or do, I guess. They won't be ready to share yet. This sticker set is from Dear Lizzie, and that's one of the newer collections. I mean, not like the newest release. It was last year's release, but still fairly new to me. And that little pink sticker says best 5 minutes. And I wasn't able to use these chipboards, but I've been wanting to use chipboards, and I know that they're getting harder and harder to find, and they're one of the first things to go, so I really want to get some. I looked online, and it's like, I guess everybody's pre-ordering. You can't even order anymore. It's like gone before you can even order it. People must be pre-ordering. So this is an Amy Tan sticker, some of her rubber stickers that I love so much. And I'm making duck lips in my picture, so that's what that is spelling out, duck lips. And I'm going to use some of my thread here and wrap around the flare, which I didn't really do properly. I should have changed it. That's my daughter, True, helping me get the thread started. And she wanted to touch the stickers. She's 20, you know. She's got to get involved. It doesn't matter how old they get. They still want to be with their mommy. And she is mini me in a lot of ways, so we enjoy our time together. She's much wilder than I was at that age, though. That girl, no holds bar. Oof. I don't know how she does it. It's kind of concerning. But she's awesome. And she's a sweetheart. So I'm using my Scotch Quick Dry. And I got way too much on there. And I've got some... I found my zip line. I broke one zip line. Broke another zip line. Now I found a third zip line, which I knew I had and couldn't find. And should be able to get rid of this gooping goo problem. I give up on glossy accents unless I'm doing metal or something. That little acrylic heart there, it was from a Freckled Fawn kit. I don't remember what month it was. And these little punched out hearts are from the Die Cuts with a View glitter stack. And that little heart punch I got on clearance for like $2.50 at Michael's. I guess that's been about a month or two ago. Let's see. I think that finishes it up. Yeah. That would do it. So, I really liked how it turned out. I really appreciate you watching. There's, of course, still pictures at the end. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And I hope you have a lovely evening. If you like this, please thumbs up and subscribe. And you can see some of the sewing right there in that picture. But I'm looking forward to sewing on many more. But ta-ta for now. Bye.